Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we take a closer look at one of the biggest police operations in recent weeks. SA police carried out raids in Newcastle, where hundreds of illegal workers were arrested, and to everyone's surprise, more were later discovered hiding deep in the forests. This has sparked major conversations across communities and raised many questions about how widespread illegal employment really is in South Africa. Please watch till the end so you can hear the sources and try to verify the news for yourself. And before we get into it, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss updates like this. The Newcastle raids were not small by any means. Law enforcement officers moved in on several workplaces, mostly in industrial and agricultural areas, where suspicions of employing undocumented workers had been growing for months. During these raids, police found hundreds of people working without legal documentation, many of whom had been quietly integrated into different sectors, from farms to small factories. While the arrests in themselves made headlines, it was what came after that left many South Africans shocked. When police continued their search beyond the workplaces, they stumbled upon groups of foreign nationals hiding in nearby forests. This discovery painted a much bigger picture of how determined some individuals are to remain in the country, even when they know the risks of being undocumented. Some officers described the situation as something straight out of a movie, with makeshift shelters hidden between thick trees where people had been living quietly while taking up casual work in surrounding areas. The news has once again sparked divided opinions among South Africans. On one hand, there are those who feel that the raids are long overdue and that illegal employment creates an unfair job market, leaving locals struggling to compete for opportunities. On the other hand, there are those who believe that employers should be held equally responsible, if not more so, since many knowingly hire undocumented workers because they can pay them less and avoid labor regulations. In fact, police hinted that more investigations are now focused on employers who may have been breaking the law. Beyond the immediate arrests, this situation highlights deeper issues within the country. Questions are being asked about the effectiveness of immigration systems and how border controls are managed. If hundreds of people can be found working without documents in just one town, what does that say about the broader national picture? And how many more might still be hiding in other areas, unseen? For many South Africans, the Newcastle operation has opened their eyes to the scale of the challenge. Some communities have voiced concerns about rising pressure on jobs, services, and even security. Others argue that undocumented workers often take jobs that locals are less willing to do, pointing out that the problem is not simply about foreign nationals but about weak systems and exploitation by certain businesses. The raids have also stirred emotions, with some community leaders calling for a fair but firm approach. They argue that the law must apply equally, but at the same time, they remind us to treat people with dignity during these operations. No matter where one stands on the issue, it is clear that the debate around migration and employment in South Africa is far from over. So what comes next? According to authorities, many of the arrested individuals are expected to face immigration hearings, and some may be deported. Employers caught breaking the law could face hefty fines or even criminal charges. Police also suggested that similar operations could spread to other towns where illegal employment is suspected to be widespread. If you ask me, the real test will be whether the system addresses the root causes. Simply arresting workers may not stop the cycle unless there's stronger monitoring of employers and tighter control at borders. Otherwise, it might just repeat itself again and again. And just to lighten the mood a little, one officer reportedly joked that when they found people hiding in the forest, it felt like they were playing hide and seek on the job. Except in this case, the winners weren't going home with sweets but with handcuffs. Sometimes humor is the only way to deal with such a heavy issue. Thank you for watching till the end. Don't forget to subscribe and share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think police should focus more on the workers, or should they crack down harder on the employers who hire them? All images used are for illustration purposes only. News sources: Times Live, IOL News, SABC News.